I need to tell you something most skincare companies really hope you never find out. That $50, $80, even $200 cream sitting on your bathroom shelf, it almost never reaches the layer of skin where wrinkles actually form. It sits on the surface. It cannot rebuild what is happening underneath. If you have spent years buying creams, serums, and fancy bottles hoping for firmer skin, I want you to know something clearly. It is not your fault. Nobody ever told you the real story, because the real story does not sell $50 jars. The real story happens inside your body, in your morning glass of water, before you ever pick up a bottle of anything. Today I'm going to show you 6 simple things you can add to that first glass of water each morning. Nothing expensive, nothing exotic, just small additions that support your skin from the inside, where collagen is actually built. And I have to be completely honest with you about number 1. It is not the ingredient itself that caught me off guard. It is something almost everyone gets wrong when they use it. Something so common that it quietly wastes the effort of most people who try it. By the time we get there, you will understand exactly what I mean, and it might change the way you have been doing this all along. Stick around, because this is going to shift the way you look at your morning routine for good. Before we start, I want you to know none of this is guesswork. Scientists have spent years studying how skin changes as we age, and how the small choices we make every day either support that process or work against it. Some of what researchers have found is genuinely surprising, and much of it is newer than most people realize. I'm not going to throw a wall of confusing medical terms at you today. I want this to feel like a conversation, not a lecture, and where it is useful, I will point you toward general sources you can look into yourself, so you never have to just take my word for it. Before we get into the list, I would love to know a couple of things about you. First, how old are you? Drop your age in the comments. I read every single one, and it genuinely helps me understand who is watching. Second, what is your biggest skin concern right now? Fine lines around the eyes? Loss of firmness along the jaw? Dryness that seems to get worse every year? Whatever it is, tell me below. You're absolutely not the only one dealing with it, and this channel is built around real people like you, not information floating in the void. Alright, let's get into it, starting with number 6, and I promise you, the further down this list we go, the more surprising it gets. Wait until you hear what happens at number 3. Most people skip right past this one because it seems far too simple to matter. A small pinch of good quality mineral salt, like Himalayan pink salt or sea salt, stirred into your morning water. After 60, something quietly changes in your body. Your sense of thirst becomes less sharp, so you do not always feel thirsty even when your body genuinely needs water. At the same time, your skin naturally holds less moisture than it used to, because the outer layer, the part that keeps moisture locked in, becomes thinner and less efficient with age. Here is the science in plain terms. Your skin cells need water on the inside to stay plump and smooth, but plain water alone does not always stay in your body long enough to be fully used. Minerals like sodium and potassium act like gatekeepers, helping pull water into your cells and keep it there instead of letting it pass straight through you. Think of your skin cells like small water balloons. A balloon with just the right amount of water inside looks round, smooth, and full. A balloon that is losing water looks wrinkled and saggy. Minerals help keep those little balloons filled from the inside, the same way you would keep topping off a balloon so it never loses its shape. Margaret, 72, from Ohio, drank plenty of water every day, but her skin still felt dry and tight by the afternoon. Her husband was the one who actually noticed the change first. About 3 weeks after she started adding a small pinch of sea salt to her morning glass, he mentioned that her face looked less puffy in the mornings and that she seemed to have more energy after lunch, something Margaret had not even been paying attention to herself. Here is how to do it. Add just a small pinch, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, of good quality mineral salt to a full glass of water first thing in the morning before breakfast. You do not need more than that, since too much salt is not helpful. For an extra boost, add a squeeze of fresh citrus, because the combination of minerals and vitamin C helps your body absorb and use that water even more effectively, which we will get into shortly. But here is something important to keep in mind as we move forward. Hydration alone, even done perfectly, is not the whole answer. Your skin can be well hydrated and still lose firmness, because staying hydrated and actually rebuilding collagen are two very different jobs. So the real question becomes, if drinking enough water is not enough by itself, what is your body actually missing? Now, this next one sounds strange the first time you hear it, but stay with me, because the reason behind it is genuinely clever, and it sets up something important for later in this list. A spoonful of chia seeds soaked in your morning water. As we age, our skin naturally loses some of its ability to hold on to water throughout the day. It is not just about drinking enough. It is about keeping that moisture where your body needs it most. Chia seeds are unusual because they can absorb many times their weight in water, forming a soft gel. When you drink that gel, it moves through your body slowly, releasing water gradually instead of all at once, giving your cells a steadier supply of hydration through the morning instead of one quick burst that passes through and is gone. Picture a garden hose blasting water onto soil for 1 second. Most of it runs off before the roots can use any of it. Now picture a sponge sitting on that same soil, slowly releasing water over hours, letting the roots soak it in bit by bit. Chia seeds work like that sponge for your body. Robert, 68, from Arizona, lives somewhere hot and dry, and always felt like his skin looked tired by midday no matter how much water he drank in the morning. He almost did not mention it to anyone, but at a routine checkup his doctor commented, almost in passing, that his skin looked noticeably more hydrated than it had at his last visit. Robert had to think for a moment before he realized the only real change was the spoonful of chia seeds he had started soaking in his water each morning. To try this yourself, add 1 tablespoon of chia seeds to a glass of water and let them sit for about 10 to 15 minutes until they turn into a soft gel. Drink it in the morning, ideally with breakfast, since the fiber is gentler on your stomach that way. As a bonus, chia seeds also contain a small amount of plant-based omega-3 fats, which support the skin's natural barrier, the layer that helps keep moisture in and irritants out. But even this only solves part of the puzzle. Holding on to water is not the same thing as building new collagen. Your skin can stay hydrated all day long and still be thinning underneath, because hydration and construction are 2 separate processes. So what does your body actually need in order to build something new, instead of just holding on to what it already has? But we are only just getting started. Number 4 is one that most people already own and have never once thought to use this way. Apple cider vinegar. Once you reach your 60s and 70s, your stomach naturally produces a little less digestive acid than it used to. This matters more than people realize, because good digestion is closely tied to how well your body absorbs nutrients, including the ones your skin depends on to repair itself. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, and nutrition researchers studying digestion have found that small, diluted amounts taken before meals can support the digestive process for some people. Better digestion generally means your body can absorb more of the vitamins and minerals from your food, including the nutrients your skin uses to stay firm and resilient. Think of your digestive system like a delivery truck. When the truck runs smoothly, packages, in this case nutrients, get delivered on time to where they are needed, including your skin. When the truck runs poorly, packages get delayed or lost along the way, no matter how many good ones you load onto it in the first place. Here is a strange thing about Linda, 75, from Florida. She almost never mentioned this habit to anyone, because she genuinely expected it to do nothing. Her sister had suggested it, and Linda tried it mostly just to be polite. It sounded more like an old kitchen remedy than real science. But a month later, mixing 1 teaspoon into her morning water every day without fail, she found herself telling her sister she had been wrong to doubt it, that her digestion felt steadier and her skin felt a little more supple, though she was quick to add that her diet and sleep were probably helping too. To try this, mix 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar into a full glass of water. Never drink it undiluted, since it is quite acidic and can be harsh on your teeth and throat. Drink it about 15 to 20 minutes before breakfast, using a raw, unfiltered variety if you can find one, and rinse your mouth with plain water afterward to protect your enamel. But better digestion only means your body absorbs more of whatever you give it. It does not tell you what that something actually needs to be. So here is the real question worth asking. Out of everything you eat and drink, what single nutrient does your body actually depend on to build collagen in the first place? Now we are getting close to the ones that really matter. And this next one connects directly to how collagen is actually built inside your body. Once you understand this, the rest of the list will make a lot more sense, especially what is coming at number 1. Fresh lemon juice squeezed into your morning water. After 60, your body's natural collagen production slows down noticeably. Collagen is the protein that gives skin its structure, almost like the framework inside a building. Without enough of it, skin naturally becomes thinner and less firm. Here is where it gets interesting. Your body cannot build collagen properly without vitamin C. It is not optional, it is required. Vitamin C acts as an essential helper in the chemical process your body uses to link amino acids together into collagen strands. Without it, that process simply cannot finish correctly, no matter how much protein you eat. Picture a house being built. The workers are ready, the materials are on site, but without one specific tool, they cannot bolt the frame together properly. Vitamin C is that tool. Without it, the frame of your skin stays weaker than it should be. A granddaughter's offhand comment during a weekend visit was really where this story started. She told her grandmother she looked like she had just come back from vacation, and Susan, 70 from Texas, had no idea what had prompted it. She had been eating a decent amount of protein for years, but her skin still felt thin and fragile, and it was only after thinking it over that she connected the comment to a small habit she had quietly started a few weeks earlier, squeezing fresh lemon into her morning water. She also noticed something else once she paid closer attention. Small cuts and scrapes seemed to heal a little faster than they used to, which is often one of the earliest signs that collagen support is genuinely improving. To do this, squeeze half a fresh lemon into a glass of room temperature or warm water each morning, avoiding very hot water, since high heat can reduce the vitamin C content. Drink it about 20 to 30 minutes before breakfast, on an empty stomach for the best absorption. Pair it with a source of protein at breakfast, like eggs or Greek yogurt, since vitamin C works best when your body also has the amino acid building blocks available to assemble into new collagen. But here is something most people never think to ask. Even with plenty of vitamin C, your body still needs the actual raw protein material to build with, the amino acids themselves. Vitamin C is the tool, but a tool with nothing to build is not much use on its own. So what happens once you give your body both the tool and the missing material at the same time? That is where this list is heading. If you are finding this helpful so far, take just a second to like this video and subscribe. It genuinely helps this information reach more people who need it. Now, back to the list, because what comes next is something most doctors rarely bring up in a regular appointment. And number one after this is the real reason I made this video. Cucumber, sliced thin and added to your water. As we age, the skin's ability to retain a substance called hyaluronic acid, which naturally holds moisture in the skin, gradually declines. This is part of why skin that once looked plump and smooth can start to look thinner and more delicate over time. Cucumbers are made up of about 96% water, and they also contain silica, a mineral that plays a supporting role in the strength and elasticity of connective tissue, the tissue that helps hold your skin's structure together, according to researchers who study skin aging. Imagine your skin support structure like the steel beams inside a bridge. Over time, without enough of the right materials, those beams can weaken. Silica acts like a small reinforcement crew, helping maintain the strength of that underlying structure so the bridge, in this case your skin, stays more resilient. David, 66, from California, had noticed his skin seemed to bounce back more slowly than it used to after he pressed on it. He was not the type to change several habits at once, so he added cucumber to his water and left everything else the same for a few weeks. His grandson, of all people, was the one who said something first, telling him he looked like he had just gotten back from a week at the beach. David just laughed and said all he had done differently was toss some cucumber in his water pitcher. To try this, slice half a cucumber, including the peel, since much of the beneficial content sits close to the skin, and add it to a pitcher of water. Let it sit for at least 1 hour, ideally overnight in the refrigerator so the water fully absorbs the nutrients, then drink throughout your morning. Add a few fresh mint leaves for an extra boost, since beyond the pleasant taste, mint appears to support healthy digestion, which, as we discussed earlier, plays a supporting role in how well your body absorbs nutrients overall. So by now your body is hydrated, it is holding on to that hydration, it is absorbing nutrients more efficiently, it has the vitamin C it needs, and its connective tissue has extra support. And yet, for most people, there is still one final piece missing. One small detail that almost nobody puts together. And it is the exact reason so many people try to support their skin from the inside and still feel disappointed with the results. Now here is number one. And I want to slow down for a moment because this is genuinely the part that changed my own thinking. Collagen peptides stirred directly into your morning water. You may already know that collagen supplements exist. Plenty of people your age have tried them at some point. But here is the part that surprised me. Research on collagen peptides has generally shown promising results for skin elasticity and hydration. Yet a huge number of people who try collagen supplements never see much of a difference at all. For a long time, I assumed that just meant collagen simply did not work for some people. It turns out that is very often not the real explanation. Starting somewhere in your 30s and speeding up significantly after 60, your body's natural collagen production steadily declines. By your 70s, many people are producing only a fraction of the collagen they made in their 20s. Collagen peptides are collagen protein broken down into smaller pieces so your digestive system can absorb it. But absorbing the protein is only half the job. Your body still needs vitamin C to actually link those amino acids into new collagen strands, the same process we talked about with lemon juice a few minutes ago. Take collagen peptides on their own without enough vitamin C alongside them, and your body may simply not have the tool it needs to finish the job, no matter how much collagen protein you are supplying it with. That is the twist. It was never really about finding the right ingredient. It was about the fact that almost everyone takes that ingredient in a way that quietly limits how much good it can do. Think of it like a factory that used to produce a steady stream of building materials but has slowed way down over the years. Bringing in ready-made materials from outside, in this case collagen peptides, helps make up for what the factory is no longer producing on its own. But if the factory floor is missing the one tool needed to actually assemble those materials, all that extra supply just sits there unused. Patricia, 69, from North Carolina, had tried several expensive skincare products over the years with little noticeable change. And she had also tried plain collagen powder once before, years earlier, with results she described as unimpressive. This time, she stirred a scoop of unflavored collagen peptides into her morning water alongside the lemon juice habit she had already picked up earlier from this very list. After about 8 weeks of doing both together, her daughter asked her, only half joking, whether she had gone somewhere for a facial. Patricia was careful to say she could not credit one single thing, since she had changed a couple of habits together, but she genuinely believed this time was different specifically because she had finally paired the two habits that seemed to work together. Here is how to do it properly. Stir 1 scoop, usually about 10 to 20 grams, of unflavored collagen peptide powder into your morning water. It dissolves easily in both hot and cold water, so temperature is not a major concern. Drink it on an empty stomach in the morning for the most consistent routine. And this is the piece almost nobody puts together. Pair it with vitamin C, whether from the lemon juice we talked about earlier or another source, ideally around the same time of day. That pairing is the detail that seems to separate people who feel like collagen supplements do nothing from people who actually notice a difference over time. So let's bring this all together. A pinch of mineral salt to support real hydration at the cellular level. Chia seeds to help your body hold on to that hydration throughout the day. Apple cider vinegar to gently support digestion, so your body absorbs nutrients more effectively. Fresh lemon juice to supply the vitamin C your body needs to actually build collagen. Cucumber slices to support the connective tissue beneath your skin. And collagen peptides paired with that vitamin C to give your body both the raw material and the tool it needs to actually use it, now that natural production has slowed down. None of these are miracle cures, and I want to be honest with you about that. Fresh lemon juice to supply the vitamin C your body needs to actually build collagen. Cucumber slices to support the connective tissue beneath your skin. And collagen peptides paired with that vitamin C to give your body both the raw material and the tool it needs to actually use it, now that natural production has slowed down. None of these are miracle cures, and I want to be honest with you about that. Nothing replaces sleep, sun protection, and a generally healthy diet. But small, consistent habits, done every single morning, can genuinely add up over weeks and months. Healthy, resilient skin after 60 is absolutely still possible. It just tends to happen gradually, not overnight. The most important ingredient on this entire list, honestly, is consistency. Pick 1 or 2 of these to start with this week. Do not try to do all 6 at once and burn yourself out by day 3. So tell me, out of everything we covered today, which one are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments, and let me know how it goes for you after a few weeks. I read every comment, and I love hearing how these small changes play out in real life. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.